Hello, 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 everyone, and good morning to you all. My name is Ava, and this is Stitching in the Interlake. And who's joining us today but Ruthie, who's over there being a pain, and Jonah, who's up in the cat condo sleeping. I hope Ruthie settles down there. Oh, okay. She's laying down. Hopefully, no cat fight today. That was just, oh, yeah. Oh yeah. But it's funny that the two of them are getting closer and closer to each other before the hissy fits start. So we're making progress. I think when I had Sydney, um, it took about a year for them to become sort of friends. So where they would tolerate each other. Well, today is the 7th. It is Friday, the 7th of March, 2025. Yes, indeed, it is. And it's going to be a beautiful sunny day. It was cold this morning at minus 19, but it's supposed to warm up to about minus 5 later on. So, you know, that's good. I'll take that. And then tomorrow it's supposed to get up to +2. Sunday +4. We'll see if that happens. Right. So, anyway, so yesterday what happened? I went to, after I did my video, and it had loaded fast. I couldn't believe it. Anyways, I went and I drove over to the hall, and there wasn't as many people there as I thought there would be. And it turned out it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, because I thought it was going to be a question and answer and somebody at the front and all that. No, there were all kinds of placards all over explaining what was going to be done to the ER and all that. And you could ask questions of the architect and that. So, of course, I had to start asking questions, right? And thank the good Lord, He put some wise questions in my head to ask. So I asked them, and a lot of times the questions that I asked, they had no answer to. Like, one of the questions was, well, how much is this going to cost? And then I said, is this going to, where's the funding coming from? Federal, provincial, local? And then they were talking about more diagnostic services, and like, I don't know what other diagnostic services that they can put in, because there's not enough room. Like, we're not going to get a CT scan, and we're certainly not going to get an MRI. But yeah, like, it was, they couldn't answer a lot. So then I asked, well, have you put out the tenders for this job? No, not yet. And I asked about how this would impact patients that are there. And they said that they're going to work in, like, as 4 beds are being used to do the reno, and they'll get those 4 rooms fixed up, and then they will they'll put people into those 4 rooms and then go on to the next 4 rooms. And so then I said, um, so um, as far as beds are concerned, like what's happening? And they said that the hospital itself will lose 1 bed, but the ER is going to gain 2 beds. And so, I mean, like, that's all well and good, but are we going to have the staff to keep the ER open? And that was during the survey. That was one thing that was asked, is to have more ER hours and more open, you know, where there's staff there monitoring the ER. And because a lot of times it's like Russian roulette. Do you come here? Do you go to Asher? Do you go to Arborg? Do you go straight down to Selkirk? Do you go to Stonewall? Do you go to Winnipeg? Nobody knows. And so then, yeah, so I asked some hard questions. And also, one of the questions was, are you going to be using local people to build this, to provide jobs here locally? And the architect said yes, that she believed that they were going to source as much locally as they could, but the general contractors would have to come from Winnipeg. I said, okay. So then I went to a different area and I asked the lady there about, staffing and patient care and that kind of thing. And I said, they should bring what in our day was called candy stripers. How many remember those? How many remember those? Okay. But I said to do it as a credit with the high school, so that to try and gain more people that are interested in the healthcare field, and have them where they can come and even if all they do is they have to put in so many hours a week, and whether it is sitting with a patient, maybe their family has gone home and they're tired and they need somebody to sit with them, even if the patient is sleeping, they just want to have it that someone is there, so that in case they wake up, there's somebody there, right? Especially if you're in palliative or something, right? And I said it's a good way for the young people to understand that hospital doesn't have to mean a scary place, right? Which is full of pain and crying and all of that. That there are people that really care, and so, and I had told them there that going back to where the architect was and all that, and they kept saying, boy, you're asking really good questions, really good questions. And so I think they were wondering where I had come from, and I I said, well, I'm a retired nurse. And they said, now that makes sense. And I said, yeah, I said, I did nursing for a while, for years. And then I got injured. And then I said, I got my class 1 license and went driving with my husband. And they were just, that I had such a well rounded working history. So it was good. It was good. So I was going to say, Melissa Wilson, if you are right, Wilson, if you are watching this, your package was sent out in the mail yesterday. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do a DRAW next week. I'm not sure. It's it is expensive to do that, right? And so I may just wait a little while and do it, and try and go through it again and, just try and send some more off. So, no, I have not phoned about housing, but I'm going to do it right after this. Right after this. Yes, I know. I'm stalling. I'm procrastinating. Yes, because I'm still not sure what I am. This is a big change for me, right? This is something really big. I've very rarely lived in a place where there are more than, like just me or my family in it, right? In apartments and that. So this is going to be different. This is going to be different. So I think I better just bite the bullet and just find out. Yeah. And yesterday I worked on treasure hunt. And I didn't get a lot done. I just put a little bit in here and did a little bit of fill-ins over here. And I also dekitted those 2 kits that were bad kits from Jossish or whatever. I dekitted them and took the threads, and I'm going to put these over there on the wood bobbins. And these ones here I've got for treasure hunt. So I'm going to do that. But I am going to be working here on Please Be Home for Christmas. So this is going to be my focus for the day. So yeah, so just mark that. That's how it's going to, that's how it looks like today. And yeah, I showed you treasure hunt. And so anyways, it's, yeah, I'm going to, I've got that to do. And also what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make my veggie beef veggie ground is what it's called. And put some peppers and onions and mushrooms and tomatoes and rice in there and corn. This time I made sure I got corn. And I'm going to put that all in there. And that is going to be my lunch for probably several days. So, yeah. No, it works out good. It works out good. So, but for 3 peppers was $8. You know, like it's just, things are so expensive. Ugh. So anyway, you probably all heard that Trump backed down again. And the tariffs are on hold for till the 2nd of April. You know, like all this on, off, on, off, on, off, right? Like, how are businesses, how are people supposed to be able to live when it's a yo yo up and down, up and down? Make up your mind. And he keeps saying, oh, well, it's, the other day it was, well, I spoke to the Mexican president, and, you know, the thing is that Trump has got a real hate on for Trudeau, for our dear sweet Justine, who should be out of office by next week. I bet you he regrets giving it up now that everything is kind of hitting the fan here now. Yeah, I bet you he just regrets that. So, but now that he has given his resignation, he can't backtrack on it. And I'm sure he will be kept on as an advisor. And they're saying Mark Carney's going to win. Ugh. Is he any better than Chrystia Freeland? That's debatable. I don't know. I don't know. It's just, everything is just hanging up in the air. Just totally hanging up in the air. Nobody knows whether it's coming or going. It's all just, the world's gone nuts, right? So this morning I was watching Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. I'm not finished her video, so I will be watching that. I think tomorrow today I'm going to get the vacuum cleaner out. And sit, because I have to do things in stages, right? So I will get the vacuum cleaner out, and it will sit there. And then tomorrow, I hope to vacuum the floors and the carpets and that. During the night, I had to get up and go to the bathroom, and here was Jonah in the wheel. So I don't know what came of it, but he was in the wheel. He had taken a few steps. So the thing is, I can't put any more catnip in there because they get catnip overload. So it has to, they become kind of desensitized to it, I guess. So And I've been using it sparingly, just sparingly, because I want them to keep going in there. So even Ruthie was kind of on there again. So I did I mention this? I did kit up Ecclesiastes. And if you're wondering what that one is, it is this one right there. What I think I'm going to do is, you see all these letters? They're all in kind of a charcoal black. I don't want that. So I'm thinking I'm going to do these letters in a variegated. What one yet, I don't know. I know I don't like that charcoal black. Don't like it. So I will use something else. I will have to see what it is that I want to use. And then just take it from there. And yeah. And you can change it any which way you want, keep it the same, whatever it is. I know I'm just going to change that. It's just something, it just doesn't appeal to me. You know, it was just like when I did the Lord's Prayer, and it used to hang right here, but now it's hanging over at the church because I donated it to the church. That it's I changed the lettering to a blue variegated. So I don't know when I'm going to work on it. You know, I've got so much going here that I don't know if I can add another one on. I don't know. Not sure. I am not sure. So now please remember for March's challenge is mandalas. The designer focus is Carolyn Manning Designs, hence that's why I've got Please Be Home for Christmas. This is one of her shooting stars. And for April, the challenge is samplers. And I am going to be working on, I'm thinking Long Dog. I may change that for me and work on Ecclesiastes. I'm thinking I'm going to do that. I'm thinking I'm going to do that. So, but yes, the designer focus is Long Dog. And I do have Jack Be Nimble. I have Saga on the go. I have also Pandemic on the go. So, but I'm really kind of drawn here to this one, Ecclesiastes. Maybe once I start it, then I can add it in to a daily rotation. work a half an hour on it every day. It's just hard for me to get started on it. Also, please remember that on Sunday there is a live from 12 noon to 2:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So make sure that tomorrow night, if you are in an area that you have to put the clocks ahead, that you do that tomorrow. So I know that means that it's going to shorten your sleep time. For those of us who are retired, it's really not going to do much of anything. So, yeah. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do a gift away. I might wait. I might wait till next weekend and do that because I don't want to spread myself too thin here. So, or it might be just once a month. I don't know. I said when I started this that I was going to play it by ear, how my finances stacked up and that. So it's yeah. Yes, yes, yes. But otherwise, there's nothing much else happening. Please always remember to like, share, subscribe, comment. It's always a wonderful thing to hear from you all. And are you working on a Carolyn Manning design? Are you working on a mandala? Or have you decided you're just going to do your own thing? And that's perfectly fine if you do that. There is nothing in the rule books that says that you must participate in the challenge. No, 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 no. So, yeah. So I got my meds yesterday. I don't know why so early. And I did get my Ajovi, but it is at least a week too early. So I've kept it in the fridge. I'm going to have to use it by next week, though, because it's only got a shelf life of about 7 days. So I will have to do that. And then I told the pharmacist to please hold off on getting it until after I pay the deductible on my meds. So I think I got the last bit of paperwork that I need to give in there to the lady who's doing my income tax. And so yeah. Oh, they said that construction is going to be starting here on the hospital later in the year, like maybe November, October, something like that. And that the construction will go on for 18 months. So 2027. So, yeah. But you know, the thing is that there's no room to build on to the hospital. There's none. Absolutely none. It is just all because it's built up. The PCH or personal care home is attached, which will not be touched. And then attached to that is the Ericsdale Villa, where I want to move to. So, and I'm going to phone right after this. So, okay, so that's where I'm at. I'm continuing to work up here in the toque. I will be happy once I get this little guy finished. Yes, yes, yes. So I just work every day on it. Every day I do a video, a live, whatever. So may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be well. May God bless you this day and every day. God loves you. And so do I. So does Jonah, who's up in the cat condo, and Ruthie, who's laying here on the sofa. Yes, and I know I'm going to be spending a little bit of time here um, doing these cards here, bobbins, and transferring them over to my these things, these floss drops. So I will be doing some of that today and stitching and back and forth and back and forth. Absolutely. So thank you, Jesus, for being my Lord and Savior. Thank you for saving me from my sins. Thank you for being there in my darkest and deepest moments. Thank you for loving me like you do. Thank you for caring enough for me that you would die on the cross for me so that my sins would be forgiven. And that's a prayer I pray for all of you as well. Okay, everybody, I hope you have a good Friday. It's hard to believe another week has come to an end. I just fast, fast, fast. Yes. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Doodle-doodles, everybody.